Well, hello everybody. Welcome to my channel. It's Sean from Sean K Beauty, and this is Sean K's Beauty Bar, where we grab from the bar and discuss all things beauty. So hello to everyone who's new to my channel and to my new subscribers. Thank you for trusting me and being a part of our community. My background is microbiology and biochemistry. Bring it to your questions. This is a platform where I am here for you. I feature your questions here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, bringing my scientific knowledge to this acne series that we've been doing over the past few weeks. I'm going to kind of tie this off on Friday just because I want to target some other skincare concerns that you all have been talking to me about, namely strawberry legs, white patches on the legs, dark circles under the eyes, that kind of thing. I really want to get into that too, bring some insight and education. So let's get into this. Again, it's going to be a good one, so please share, please subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I put up a video. I think YouTube is getting better at notifying subscribers, but I don't think it's all the way there yet. So make sure you hit that notification bell. All right, so let's get into this. Of course, you all know that I am running today, right? So I am going to really tailor this effectively and simply so that we all retain this knowledge and we can go on with the rest of our day. So here is a few concerns that I've gotten from adolescents. So if you're a mom on here and you have kids who are also dealing with this, this would be a video that I definitely ask you to share with them as well. A lot of adolescents are asking me, how do you deal with isolation and mistreatment that comes from not only loved ones, which is really heartfelt, but also from your peers, because they're looking at you with your acne and thinking that you have this major disease that is just repulsive and nobody wants to be around you, and they're falling into depression. You know, we have a responsibility as a community, not only as scientists and nurses, those in the scientific profession, but also as a community as a whole, to uplift those that are seemingly feeling depressed, because mental illness is a serious thing and there's a lot of different triggers that causes that. And so us as a community, we have to hold up each other so that you can realize that you're hurdling over this thing not by yourself, but we're doing this together. And that's the reason why a lot of you, when you come on my channel and you're telling me what's going on and you're really broken about this, I'm the first person to tell you, you're not in this by yourself. I'm walking with you through this. So you reach out to me at whatever time and I'm going to be there holding your hand. And literally, I say that not because it sounds good, but because I too was one of those adolescents. Listen, I understand what it's like to be isolated and to feel depressed over what the skin is doing. In college and in high school, I had severe hyperpigmentation, acne. In high school, I wore glasses and I also had on braces. So I wasn't the ideal candidate for prom, and I had to go to prom with my cousin. But my testimony to you is, look at me now, and I want you to know that it will get better. And that's why I'm not just a person here giving you information and bringing my science to this. I'm a person that is empathizing with where you are, but yet having some place to take you, because now I am there myself in my skincare journey, no longer having the acne prone skin, no longer having the oily skin, but actually having normal skin that is free and clear. So we do have our occasional breakouts. As you all know, hormones play into that as well. But for the most part, I love the skin that I have. So that's why I'm here for you. So that's my way of saying I am here for you, because I do understand your pain. The next thing I want to say, moms, is if your child is going through this, I will give you the advice that my mom gave to me when I was going through it and nobody wanted to take me to prom. I was to look at myself in the mirror and to see beyond my skin what were the values that I had, talents that I had, and I had to speak them out loud with my mom standing there. She's an educator. She's a principal of a private school from nursery to 12th grade. So I grew up around educators. My dad's an English teacher and a musician. So he was a music teacher too. So education is a huge part of my household. But when you have an educator standing there and telling you, I want you right now to speak out the attributes, talents that you have and abilities that you have that you love about yourself in that very moment, and she wasn't moving until I did, I started to feel better because I started to see beyond what my skin was doing. And then what my mother said is, when you start to focus on the things that's wrong, you neglect the things that are right. And the things that are right are going to be the things that keeps you strong, that you can end up conquering the issues that you have because you're in a good place. The worst thing to do is be in a place of depression and have problematic skin because you're not thinking properly. There is no clarity. So you just want to try any old thing, or God forbid, you just feel like there's no value to your life, especially when you're young. And what's the point in living? Nobody wants to be my friend. Nobody wants to be around me anyway. This is the harsh reality of mental illness that has all of these different triggers. And I hate to say it, but we as a community filter into these sort of responses when we don't show love. So we have to be very gentle with people who are going through these sort of crises, because if I didn't have the love of my mother, I don't know where I would have been, because I was just, you're young, you think that this is it, this is the end all be all, it won't get better. So I want you to know that if you're an adolescent, your outward appearance does not define you. It's the spirit of you that defines you. And I'll tell you this famous proverb my mom said to me: the spirit of a man sustains him when he is broken, right? But who can sustain a broken spirit? So your spirit causes you to be stronger to overcome anything that is coming at you. And that's why she was doing that day, was to get me in the right mental place, the right state of being, so that I can enjoy this journey of taking care of my skin, but focusing on the things that I love about myself. And the next thing I want you to understand too is the attributes, talents that you have, those people that are isolating you, guess what? They're missing out on the best part of you, okay? They're missing out on the attributes and talents that you have. So I'm here to tell you that the world does not define you. You define yourself, okay? And the world sees the definition that you've made of yourself. There are many women that are full-figured and they strut their stuff, but yet society says skinny is in. I'm just giving you an analogy. But you look at that woman like a Monique, who is very confident in being a voluptuous, full-figured woman, and your perception of her changes because you love her confidence. So that's what I'm saying to you. Find the confidence. Look at the things and write down the things that you love about yourself and maximize on those things. In science, a microscope actually magnifies anything that is small. If you know that your talent is one that you have not been focusing on, I need you to put that under your lens, underneath your microscope, and I need you to magnify that, okay? Because the things that you focus on, you magnify, so you want to focus on the right things. So that's what I'm going to say to that. All right, now let's get deeper into the different types of acne scars that happen because of acne and some of the treatments that you can do so that it can get better. All right, beautiful friends. This is a great diagram. It's showing you the type of acne scars. So, depending on the type of acne you have, you'll end up either with an atrophic or a hypertrophic scar. Typically, with atrophic scars, that is the ones that leave the deep indentations in the skin, typically from papules or cystic acne. Cystic acne is known to leave ice picks, where they look like thin, narrow, deep scars within the skin. And this is perhaps the most difficult one to treat and to disguise. But, most of the time, people would go to a dermatologist and candidates would go to a dermatologist and they would recommend laser treatment to remove that top layer of skin so that that non-ablative laser would start to stimulate collagen production and bring about repair to the skin's barrier. All right, so let's talk about rolling scars. These are shallow indentations that happen in the skin, and they make the skin surface appear uneven. And it appears like multiple scars that are rolled into one. And that's why they call them a rolling scar. And it brings about that unevenness to the skin. And this is caused through the underlying damage to the skin as well as a lack of collagen, which means as the skin ages, it could appear worse. Again, dermatologists will most of the time try to go in with some sort of laser treatment to resurface the skin, and again, have that non-ablative laser stimulate collagen, or there is other ways like chemical peels, etc. But they too can be a beast, and I want to talk about that as well in this video because I don't want you all trying to do a chemical peel at home, because that, you all know my thoughts on that, right? Because that can lead to even more scarring as well as infection. All right, friends, so we have boxcar scars, which are similar to rolling scars. They are shallow indentations like your rolling scars, but their edges are more defined and the individual scars are easier to spot. And then we have keloid scars, which fit under the hypertrophic category, which I mentioned earlier, hypertrophic and atrophic. So hypertrophic scars are those that appear like acne. They're raised above the skin. And this results when the body is trying to heal itself, and is caused by the proliferation of the cells and collagen. Proliferation meaning rapid cell reproduction. All right, friends. So hopefully that wasn't too deep of an explanation that it went over your head, but I'm just showing you different types of acne brings about different types of scarring, and that calls for different types of treatment. Okay. And most of the time, dermatologists will tell you to do laser treatments so that they can really take off that top layer of skin and stimulate collagen and really, repair the skin. Now, it'll minimize the appearance of, but it won't fully get rid of it, okay? And the side effect of laser treatment is, the possibility of scarring. There's a side effect with everything, okay? I was on Accutane for 5 months when I was in high school, but that thing takes a toll on your behavior, your emotions. You become more aggressive, you have suicidal thoughts. It takes a toll on your liver, and your heart. So, my OBGYN took me off of it because she did not want me on there. And it was what was recommended by my dermatologist. And so her advice to me that I will give to you is to always get a second opinion. Never sit on just one opinion. And it's funny because they're both in two separate scientific worlds with specialty, but the truth was I needed to seek another dermatologist. And when I did, it was just pretty much using a skincare system. So, you know, um, get a second opinion. That's all I'm going to say to that. With chemical peels, The Ordinary will tell you, even on their website, I know everybody's talking about The Ordinary, it's inexpensive, but inexpensive doesn't always mean it's good for you to use at home. It may not be for you, and the skin does not like a lot of raw ingredients going straight onto the face, especially actives without any fillers to non-fillers. And you need to know pHs, and you need to know what products are conducive with that active that you're using. I did a whole video on this, so definitely check it out. And also with chemical peels, you know, the Mayo Clinic says with chemical peels, this may have more ramifications internally, like your Accutane, than we think, on the liver, on the heart, on the kidneys. Remember, your liver and kidneys are having to detox all of this stuff that we're putting on our faces, that we're ingesting to help with our acne. And you want to be very careful about what you're using, just because a lot of people are saying, let's go isotretinoin, which is now the new name for Accutane because they've rebranded it. You know, doesn't necessarily mean that's the route to go. In fact, it wasn't the route that I needed to go, and I went there for 5 months. Okay, so you definitely want to make sure that you're paying attention to, you know, what second opinions are saying and weighing out whether or not you need something. But definitely you want to get 1 or 2 opinions before listening to an influencer telling you tretinoin and retinol. Retinol damage. Somebody mentioned about VI treatment, and that is one of those treatments that does not hurt. It is one of those that helps with retinol damage. So I would say if your dermatologist has recommended that, then definitely go that route. There is also some things that we can do at home, guys, that I know it's not popular, but it's definitely needed when you're dealing with oily skin, acne-prone skin, cystic acne. We want to make sure that we're using pH balanced products. These are things that we can do right now. We want a healthy barrier, right? Before we start grabbing tretinoins and all of this stuff to deal with skin concerns. We want to do that. We want to make sure that we are going to a dermatologist and seeking their opinion before we start grabbing tretinoins and all of this stuff, adapalines and all of this. There's other things that we can do too, not only eating foods that are rich in vitamin A, taking your vitamin B12s. I take a liquid vitamin B12. I also do the marine collagen that I do see a difference when I stop taking that. I have this glow to my skin that only comes when I take this collagen, and then when I stop, I can actually see a difference. And I know that's what a lot of candidates who've been taking this, the Vital Proteins collagen also says. There's also another thing that you can do. We're washing our faces twice a day with a gentle cleanser. There is a young lady on here that asked me the question, what do I do when my skin is, you know, a mixture of dry and oily and I'm seeing dead cells? Well, what you can do is you can get a gentle exfoliant. I use Philosophy. I have no issues with Philosophy, the micro delivery face wash. In fact, I feel like their beading now is even much more gentler on the skin than it was before. I met a lady who was about 70 something years old, and her skin was beautiful. And I asked her what was she using, and she said Philosophy. And I went in and got myself Philosophy. I have mentioned this on multiple earlier videos about this brand, and I still stand by that micro delivery face wash. It is great for sloughing off dead cells. You only want to slough off, my beautiful friend, where there's the dryness, and you want to use either a Tula gentle cleanser, which I think that is about $35 or $45. Don't quote me on it. I will leave that link below, and I'll leave the price right here. But that everybody raves about. It has like 4.9 stars. And that is, as you all know, I'm all about for all skin types because it means that it's pH balanced. That has cucumber in it. It has aloe, I think, in there. A lot of really great healing agents is in that Tula cleanser. So it's gentle for those with sensitive skin, but it's definitely pH balanced to help with the skin's barrier. So hopefully you will go after that. The next thing I would say is we want to make sure that we're washing our pillowcases every couple of days. We're changing out those pillows or washing those pillows as well. Lily Silk, I had ordered some products from them because not only does Silk help you with healthy skin, it also is hypoallergenic. It helps to lock in moisture as well. This is a head bonnet that I got from them, and it's pure silk. I didn't want to get like big sheets and stuff because we're still in quarantine and I don't want to be stuck with, trying to figure out a way to dry clean these when everything is still not fully open yet. But the small things I can actually wash on my hands. So this bonnet I put on my hair to keep oils out of my face and getting onto the pillow. I guess it's a bundle deal, this silk pillowcase. So I got mine in a dark color. This is like a navy blue to match with the head bonnet, to help, keep my skin wrinkle free and to keep my skin healthy. And that's what, this is a breathable material. You don't have the oils getting onto the skin. Really great for healthy skin. Also great for, those with acne prone skin, those who are with oily skin, those who need to keep moisture in their hair, but they don't want it on their pillow. You're gonna go after silk. And I would definitely say opt for silk. You don't have to go with Lily Silk if that's not your company of choice. There's also Lunya that has some really great stuff. And there's another company out there. I will make sure and look that up and let you guys know about that company as well. They actually do like pillowcases and whatnot as well. So hopefully you all found this video to be helpful. Hopefully it didn't take up too much of your time. Definitely leave your questions down below. I welcome them. And we're going to talk more about, and Soph, I know you asked this question, we're going to talk more about your oral medications like your Accutanes. I also want to talk about tretinoin damage some more, and really, talk about retinol damage. I'm getting more questions about that too. So Friday, I'll be targeting those 3 areas. So hopefully you all found this helpful. I'll see you in the next one. I'm off to the track. Ciao for now.